Look at us roll. This time we got some volumes for you. They're from a company called Rockstar. A new company, actually part of a woodworking company as far as we can make out, and they've been making some volumes, and they've been making some pretty sweet volumes. So much so, they're actually at the Dark Horse series and a bunch of other competitions this winter season. So they've kind of come onto the market with a bit of a bang, you know. Getting into the Dark Horse series, you know, it's not cheap. You know, it's a hard thing to do, but obviously their stuff is good enough to be at one of those competitions. Then they're pretty much good enough for everyone. So we're going to talk about 3 volumes, a small TriStar, a small soccer ball, and a candy bar. We'll start with the bog standard shape, and whilst I'm talking there's going to be some videos playing up in the corner. We're still doing our testing and we're doing our review as we normally do, but what's really nice with these guys is they gave me access to their videos, because one of the reasons why we were kind of interested in reviewing these volumes is because of the videos we saw. Now, our all-time classic destructive test video was from Sequence Climbing, when they shot one of their hollow back holds. I can't remember if it was a 2.2 or a shotgun with a deer slug, and they put a hole in it. It's from way back when. It was kind of fun. These guys have, well, just watch whilst I talk. You know, they do some pretty crazy stuff. I've edited down their videos, so it's not the full stuff. Generally, when you do see them, before we get to the volumes, what happens is they'll do their destructive stuff, and then, you know, the cameraman walks through. I'm going to cut it down because, you know, I have to fill in a period of time, and I don't know how long I'm going to talk about these guys, so it's kind of interesting. So we'll talk with the So we'll talk about the TriStar, and this is the small TriStar. I have a price over here. Oh, is this a Gecko? Shit. Gecko. It's a Gecko, not a TriStar. My bad. Sorry. So this is the small Gecko. It is $159. It looks like this. You can actually see, if I stand up, it's actually pretty big, pretty bomb-proof. Inset washer, which is really nice. All of the hardware is screw-in T-nuts, reinforced all the way through, and it's sprayed with a really good texture coating. It's actually truck bed liner. It comes in, let me check the paperwork. I have to check the paperwork. 21 different colours. Now the keen-eyed amongst you will notice there's only 20 there. There are actually 2 shades of white, not 1, but they only show 1 on their price. So this is the small Gecko. Small, light, inset washer, screwed in T-nuts, oversprayed, which is kind of nice. It means you're going to get a little bit of grip on the back of the wall. It's a really nice looking volume. It has, and I wish I was joking, it'd be really hard for you to see this. In here, this is where their set screw hole is. It's actually a T-nut, a very small T-nut up the wrong way. So the set screw hole, get this, and this is new for volumes, people, the set screw hole for this wooden volume is actually reinforced. Hats off. That's pretty good going. Now, as we all know with volumes and putting them on the wall, and especially wooden volumes, it's over a time, depending on where the set screw hole is, it's actually going to degrade the wood, and it's going to end up being quite bad, and it's not going to be, you know, it's going to crack, or, you know, there'll be a weak point. You know, if you have a perpendicular to the back set screw hole, it's better, and it's especially better for concrete walls when you're trying to set these things on concrete climbing walls. Our one doesn't have it, but they do actually perpendicular screw holes. So when you've got it on the wall, rather than trying to screw at an angle, you can actually just screw straight in. It's actually a really nice feature. All the corners are rounded, everything is beautifully sanded. This guy does have, and we noticed it last night, we have a slight chip and run where it's been sanded just here, which is a real shame. It looks like it's 7-ply plywood. It's reinforced glued and stapled, because you can tell it's glued because there's glue on the inside, but it's not too heavy. It feels pretty good, you know. On a wall you could just about get some kind of grip on this guy. You could really get on it and go. Not heavy, it's really nice volume. Next we move to the soccer ball. Soccer ball is running at, and this is a small soccer ball, $189, and it's this size, black, because black is king. Now check this guy out. No set screw hole, also no logos on any of these. There's no logos on any of these volumes, which is kind of a shame, because you'd like to know where the volumes are from. You know, climbing holds have their volumes on them, and it'll be, you know, actually make quite a lot of sense. But these guys don't have them on there. They should maybe spray their logo on there, or somehow. They've got a CNC machine, they can actually probably do something, you know. There is a slight texture difference with this guy, and I did speak to them about it. Apparently with the different colours, the texture comes out differently when they're spraying the different colour, which is a little bit strange. They have a nice inset washer, so the bolt hole is actually the bolt hole is actually off centre to the middle of the volume, which means they can still have a bolt. I'm losing it today. Have a handhold placement. I never mentioned the Gecko has 3 points of contact. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The inside looks like this. Again, this thing is like overbuilt. If I can actually get it with the light, and it's really hard to tell on the camera, these things are really well built and super reinforced. And you'll see from the videos, which I just had to pause a little bit, they've actually parked like a truck on 4 of their volumes. They've thrown them off of 2-story houses or 2.5-story warehouses. They did the pull where it was actually the wall that broke, not the volume. Like, these things are really, really bomb-proof. Downside to this guy, as I said, there is no set screw hole, which is a real shame. Now, volumes do suck into the wall a little bit, but that's generally not good enough for us. We always want a set screw hole in it, and so someone will actually have to put a set screw into this, which we will be doing when we set these at the next Shakti Rock Gym local comp. We'll be putting in a set screw hole. But absolutely bomb-proof. Everything is really well made. It all butts up really well. Everything's stapled. Everything's glued. You know, I know the inside doesn't matter. There's a few areas where they missed the spray on the inside of this one, but it's the inside, not the outside. Although I do like the inside of climbing holds. These are really good, really nice volumes. The last one is the candy bar. Any ideas what shape that's going to be? I'm going to have to roll backwards a little bit for this one. This is the candy bar. Again, the texture is slightly different from before. They have 2 sliding bolt placements, and I believe it's 41 T-nuts. This guy runs at a mere, considering the size, $209, which is actually a pretty bloody good price if you ask me. It's not too expensive, it's not too, you know, it's really not too expensive. These guys do have here on the, here, they have inset metal plates to actually reinforce when you're actually bolting these things to the wall. Again, no set screw hole, which is a real shame, because whichever way you're going to put this guy up, you're going to want some kind of set screw holes in here at least, you know, at least one at either end, because this is quite big. This one is actually quite heavy, and it is pretty well reinforced, as you can see. You are going to want something in there to stop it spinning. Remember, some walls won't actually accept climbing holds unless they do have a set screw hole in them, so that's a real shame. Again, no logo, and the texture's different. There is one downside to this guy, and it's when you do, if you check out here, you have all of these you have all these hold placements, and then you have this, and because the bolt hole is not actually inset and it's not recessed at all, you actually lose, even when you're using cap heads, you're probably going to lose a couple of placements. If you're a really busy gym and you have really busy walls, you're probably going to lose a couple of placements. So if you multiply that by 2, you're losing possibly quite a lot of placements from the volume, which is a real shame. I've spoken to these guys about this over the last few days, and I'm like, hey, you know, you should really look at this, because you know, you are losing placements on the volumes, and as a climbing wall, you don't want to lose any placements. You want as much space and as much variety for your setters as humanly possible, and it's something they're going to look at, which is nice. You know, they're taking our feedback, as most companies do, and they're trying to integrate it into their workflow and into their product line. Again, this volume, none of them have sharp corners on them. They're all been randed. I'm losing my mind today. They've all been sanded, and they're all really nice. They're all sprayed with this beautiful truck bed liner, which is bomb-proof. It's a shame they haven't done a destructive test and chucked one of these off the roof after it's been sprayed. Overall, for a company that's come out of pretty much nowhere and they haven't been around for very long, we've got 3 volumes. We're going to set one of our comp routes and film it for you. Kind of astonished. They seem to be doing a really good job, really strong product. You know, in both cases for the Gecko and the soccer ball, they're pretty light volumes. You know, one person can go up a ladder and do them. This one's going to want 2 people because it is quite heavy and it is quite large. But they're making a good, strong, bomb-proof quality product. And as I have the literature right here, they do actually have an awful lot, and they keep expanding their range. But they do have this one called the Third Eye, which is a triangle, which actually looks really great. And there's one that looks like a Star Destroyer, then there's the soccer ball, then there's the candy bar, then there's a dodecahedron, a pent up, a point up, a Gecko, a try again, and they're actually expanding their line on and on and on. If I look at the Third Eye, it's 35 inches by 30.5 by 4 inches deep. It's got 54 bolt placements in it, and it's $400. That's actually a really big piece of, that's craziness. The Destroyer is 38 by 30.5 by 11 deep. That's actually a pretty bloody big volume. 24 bolt holes on it. It's 359. Like, these aren't wholesale prices. These are actually, you know, retail prices, and you know, they come in different sizes. The larger candy bar, because ours is the fun size candy bar, which is very cute. There's the king size. Ours runs at what is it, 209. The king size is 239, and it's like, or 234. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. It's really cheap for a big quality piece of wood that's bomb-proof. You know, everyone can make their own volumes, but do they come with a, you know, guarantee? And are they as well made on a CNC machine as this? Nah, they're not. So it's the way it goes. So this is Rockstar volumes. Hope you enjoyed the little videos up in the corner. We're going to get them all on the wall. We're going to see how they go, and obviously read the text and see where we're at and what we think of them. I hope you guys have a good one. We'll catch you again soon. Peace.